pleasant morning to everyone and welcome aboard the Psych Airlines, your airline of choice. For our itinerary, we are going back to the past as we show you the events that took place in the field of psychology through the years. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this whole trip with us. The area of psychology has seen significant transformation due to science and technology. New methods of treating patients have been introduced. Learning is much simpler as a result. The way knowledge is shared and research is carried out have both been impacted. Even new problems that require more research have been produced as a result. Let's look at what the development of science and technology has meant for psychology. Then and now.
Okay, so for our itinerary number 1 is the invention of the printing press in 1440. Johannes Gutenberg invented the printing press, which revolutionized the communication of psychological findings, with the ability to print and publish books, journals, and pamphlets about new psychological findings. Other psychologists as well as the general public had access to printed information.
For our itinerary number 2, 1935, Alcoholics Anonymous. Alcoholics Anonymous, or AA, is founded by Bob Smith of Akron, Ohio. AA's group meetings format and 12-step program become the model for many other mutual support therapeutic groups.
Itinerary number 3, the 1929 invention of EEG. Psychiatrist Hans Berger invents electroencephalogram and tests it on his son. The device graphs the electrical activity of the brain by means of electrodes attached to the head. This expanded knowledge of psychology by providing a non-invasive functional method of scanning the brain.
Fourth itinerary, 1951, the first drug to treat depression. Studies are published reporting that the drug imipramine may be able to lessen depression. 8 years later, the FDA approves its use in the United States under the name Sofranil.
Itinerary number 5, the taurursine tested. In 1952, the antipsychotic drug chlorpromazine, known as Tauracin, is tested on a patient in a Paris military hospital, approved for use in the United States in 1952, and it becomes widely prescribed.
Itinerary number 6, 1956, Artificial Intelligence. AI is the next frontier of psychotherapy. Although it is not being used yet in the mainstream, it will undoubtedly play a large role in the future of psychology. One advantage of AI is that it eliminates the need for a human therapist. Not only it will have impacts on cost and convenience, but it will also be able to do things that a human being can't. Today, researchers are using AI to improve predictions, diagnosis, and treatments for mental illnesses. In a future where artificial intelligence is universal, psychology will stay an asset for helping individuals adapt to vulnerability and change. As the world turns out to be progressively more innovative, so does the requirement for human-based advising and connection. Artificial intelligence is well along its way to outperforming capacities of human intelligence.
Itinerary number 7, the 1970 magnetic resonance imaging. Using magnetic resonance imaging, which can reveal the brain structure and activity to try to find links between what is seen on an MRI, like cortical thickness or patterns of connection, and complicated psychological traits like cognitive ability or mental health.
Itinerary number 8, the invention of CT scans. The CT scan was invented by two independent scientists, Godfrey Hounsfield in England and Alan Cormack in the United States. The first machines were installed between 1974 and 1976. The CT scan enables direct imaging of the brain. It can detect brain tumors and other brain abnormalities. This machine revolutionized the different imaging techniques available to increase the psychological knowledge of brain structures.
Itinerary number 9, teletherapy in 1972. If the proliferation of companies that offer services, for example, better health and Talkspace, is any indication, the popularity of teletherapy is growing. The name is a bit of a misnomer, as teletherapy can be done through video and text messaging as well as on the phone. Video conferencing is quite similar to face-to-face treatment except it is online. Sessions that rely on phone calls and texting seem to offer a different experience. Body language, tone, and nuance are often lost when you are not able to see or hear a therapist.
Itinerary number 10. In 1974, positron emission tomography or PET is tested, a new brain scanning technique. By tracing chemical markers, PET maps brain function in more detail. The PET is a technique used to investigate activity in areas of the brain. It allows researchers to study the normal processes in the brain of normal individuals and patients with neurologic illnesses without physical or structural damage to the brain.
Itinerary number 11. The 1988 invention of Prozac or Fluoxetine. The pharmaceutical firm Eli Lilly and Company introduced Prozac, a new type of antidepressant that was safer and more effective than those of previous eras. The development of this groundbreaking drug was undertaken by three Eli Lilly researchers, Ray Fuller, David Wong, and Brian Molloy.
Itinerary number 12, mid-1990s, the virtual reality. Virtual reality has been found to reduce symptoms when used as a treatment for anxiety disorders, PTSD, and substance abuse. It has been primarily used in treatment related to the implementation of exposure for anxiety issues. By using virtual reality, a therapist can mimic anxiety-provoking surroundings without having to go to that specific environment.
Itinerary number 13. The invention of fMRI in 1991. The invention of the functional magnetic resonance imaging machine was a groundbreaking scanner that significantly impacted the gain of psychological knowledge through technology. The fMRI machine measures changes in the oxygen levels in the brain, which is an indicator of blood flow, a property of cortical activity. fMRI scanning has revealed important and groundbreaking information such as the brain is in constant activation as well as an insight into neural networks.
Itinerary number 14. In year 2000, the sequencing of human genome, 16 public research institutions around the world complete a working draft mapping of the human genetic code, providing a research basis for a new understanding of human development and disease. Psychological researchers study genetics in order to better understand the biological factors that contribute to certain behaviors. While all humans share certain biological mechanisms, we are each unique. And while our bodies have many of the same parts, brains and hormones and cells with genetic codes, these are expressed in a wide variety of behaviors, thoughts, and reactions. This project is to map each human gene and determine the complete sequence of base pairs in human DNA. It has yielded vast amounts of valuable information about the genes responsible for various diseases, which may lead to the development of effective genetic screening tests and possibly treatments.
Itinerary number 15. 2013. The publication of DSM-5. The DSM-5 is published by the American Psychiatric Association. Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorder is a handbook used by healthcare professionals in the United States and much of the world as an authoritative guide to the diagnosis of mental disorders.